How's that? A bit better now? How's that sound? I've tried if I unmute the thing while I had the ads on at the start. Okay. Hearing aid required tonight. Good on you. So, no, we're all good to go now. Hopefully, we're on. So, welcome. This is Chief from the RC Speedcar Super Series Community Live and the West Oz Quarter Scale Speedway. Sorry about that little hiccup at the start. I forgot to turn the mute button off. There's a bit of an amateur problem there. This show is brought to you by Baja Spares, Australia's #1 quarter scale, fifth scale spare parts shop in Australia. John Wiggins from Victoria, Lower Victoria there. Always available to take your call, any parts, any advice you need, setting up stuff and stuff like that. Had an issue yesterday where I rang Wiggy, had the problem sorted in 2 minutes. Very basic thing it was, but he was available to talk to me anytime. So that was great. Just remember, he ships out express shipping every day around Australia, the way Australia Post do, and everything else with freight around Australia right now. It's best to get your orders in early, and just hopefully Australia Post can do the right thing and get your stuff to your doorstep within a couple of days, which normally happens. So well done to Wiggy there, and thanks for your support in quarter scale racing in Australia and in WA in particular. You do a great job. So the West Oz news. They had a good turnout of people at the Busy Bee on Saturday. Lots of jobs were completed. One more Busy Bee that'll be next weekend, so Saturday the 11th at 10 a.m. and possibly a practice after the Busy Bee for those members who helped out at the Busy Bee. Hopefully that'll be the case. This will be the final Busy Bee before the season starts. If jobs aren't completed by the start of the season, could delay the season, and our start of the season could get delayed if they're not completed. So hopefully a lot of people can turn up on the weekend and come down and help out, get the show underway. It's looking to be a great season down at the West Oz Quarter Scale Speedway there at Gemma Road in Henderson in Perth, WA. Great summer hobby to come and have a look at, and welcome everybody to the club and come down and watch some good racing for the Quarter Scale Speedway. So just keep in touch with the West Oz Quarter Scale Facebook page and the website for details on up and coming events and stuff. It shouldn't be too bad. So hopefully we can get everything underway on the 18th of September for our first meeting. There's a new sponsors board. All meeting sponsors. Just put that in mind. All meeting sponsors who have sponsored meetings put up their money for meetings will get on the sponsors board on the first corner. Got a couple of little video so that's the sponsors board there. Always adding sponsors. It's a great little thing that Greg Cowie finished it off, or had not finished it off, but he got going today on it, getting it all up and running. And but just remember that these are only for the people who are sponsoring actual certain meetings. The club sponsors and stuff will be getting their signs up on around the track as well. So don't stress if your name's not there and you sponsor the club. These are, as I said, meeting sponsors. So they do a great job to keep the thing happening and keep the club, in a good state. Without sponsors, you can't run clubs like any form of sport around Australia. Doesn't matter if it's football, basketball, tennis, cricket, speedway, quarter scale speedway, anything. Sponsors and volunteers makes all these clubs go round and round. So we definitely need the sponsors for the clubs. So well done to that. Well done to Greg and the committee and everything for putting that up on the night. So that was it should look great when the new season starts. So it's I'm in. Sorry, couldn't make it. Oh, okay, that's all right, not a problem. So that's one of the great additions to the club over to the facility over the last few weeks. It's looking real good down there. I haven't been down there for a few weeks. I've had a few things on the go, and I've been away, but hopefully I'll be there this weekend to do bit of support. So thanks to Darren Lockett for putting his John Day Ute on display up at Darwin Speedway, promoting the sport of quarter scale up at Darwin. There, he took a trip up to Darwin for the Chariots of Thunder. They gave him a little marquee in it, or a little marquee to put his quarter scales little John Day Ute there on display. He also had a display at the President Hotel and the other places around Darwin over the week. It was great to see. It was a great weekend up there, and it was good to get those guys, Darren up there to promote quarter scale. Yeah, that's you, Darren. You've done a great job of promoting stuff up there. Unfortunately didn't get enough airtime as we should have, I don't reckon, but that's up to them to do that. But you've done a great job, and I saw it pop up everywhere in all the photos you're doing. It popped up at the Precinct, at the motorcade they had, and then down at there, and then at the Speedway every night. And it was a great weekend up at Darwin there, great week. So hopefully had fun doing that. And so thanks for that, and it's a good thing to do to promote quarter scale and everything around the place. Also, I'd like to put a big shout out to Big Kev and his brother Chris from the Fifth Scale Dirt Oval Racing Network in Tennessee, America. They do a great job of promoting quarter scale or fifth scale racing. They mostly race late models and dirt modifieds up there. In America there, they've got about 3 or 4 different classes of each class. And they do a great job. They also have a live Facebook show every meeting they do, and I'll probably be going live at most of our meetings just to have a little pre-meeting show. Went out the track, have a bit of a walk around the track, and talk to a few people. Been they're getting prepared to go racing on the evenings, but it's great to see. Big Kevin, Chris, they're a fun lot of guys. If you ever want to watch a few of their videos, they stream a lot of their racing. They've got a pretty good setup with the streaming, and they do a great job to promote it. And just go to their Facebook page, Fifth Scale Dirt Oval Racing Network, Dawn, I think they call it, and watch Big Kev and his brother put on a great show. Also in America, they have the American Outlaw Raceway, Fear the Outlaw. That's Mike Willems, who does a great live show before their meetings as well. They actually do quarter scale. They've got a few sprint cars. They race a few sprint car shows and stuff like that. So both these guys put a great show in, which is good for quarter scale and good for everything that they do. So it's something to look forward to during the off season. Or they don't have an off season over there because they got a couple of covered tracks and they run normally all year round. But during our season, as I say, we're doing a few live shows from the track, and we'll be getting up there and just promoting our club, and I'll be streaming probably hopefully a few of the races during the nights and stuff like that. So it's a great thing. Jeff Booth from Ludenham track for the up and coming Australian Open Championships. Unfortunately, due to the lockdowns in New South Wales and Victoria, and lockdowns, New South Wales till the end of September, this post was put up on their website on the 21st of August. The committee have been forced to postpone the Australian Open title and reschedule it for the 26th to 29th of November. 26 international interstate practice, 29th set aside for the rain day. With May from around Australia who had plans to attending the Open date, we hope they are still able to attend the rescheduled date in November. It's a big shame that these meetings can't go ahead, but as they say, with the way things are right now, it's so hard to organise anything, and because these lockdowns just happen overnight, and it's just pretty hard to organise stuff and travel and stuff like that. I know when I was going to Darwin there, they had a lockdown like 3 days before I was meant to leave, and it was only a 3-day lockdown, unfortunately for Darwin, and it was just threw a spanner in the works when we were trying to organise if we were still going to go, due to the fact that everything, they didn't know what the restrictions were going to be once they come out of lockdown, but luckily it was only wearing a mask for a few days and stuff like that. unfortunately, due to all the stuff that was happening, Darren Lockett, who flew from around Tasmania to Brisbane to Darwin, then he got home and he got put into lockdown when he got home. Or got put into quarantine when he got home, so he couldn't go to work or anything. But that's what we're up against all the time with this lockdown with the COVID stuff. It's just unpredictable every night and every day. So it's just one of those things. If you want to go to these events and organise, accommodation and flights and all that, you just got to be aware that you could be stuck and you could be could get a bit of problem. You could lose a bit of money over accommodation and flights if things do go wrong. But hopefully that event can eventuate, and Don O'Dale's pretty keen to go to it. So that's the 26th to 29th of November. And that should be a good show. They put on a great show at their state titles a few months ago, and I'll get Jeff on the show when it comes up a bit, and I'll get him on this new Fangdangle thing I've got on this new program I'm using here, and be able to get him on screen and everything. So it should be a great thing. So that's what's happening with the Australian Open Championships. Unfortunately, it's been put off a few months, but hope they can get it underway. Then we've got the Mills Drainage Summer Slam, which will be held on Saturday, the 27th of November. It's going to be a great meeting held over on that day. Hopefully, Clayton will have his sidecar finished and be able to have it on display down at the track, and might hopefully get him to do a couple of rolling laps on the track with a couple of our quarter scale sidecars as well. The race format will be announced soon. It's going to be a fun meeting, and it's going to be pretty well presented. The way Clayton's talking, a lot of his mates are going to come down and get the corporate box there and have a great. Who haven't been to quarter scale before, he's put a heap of time into it. He's spoken to a lot of people about coming down, so it should be great to get them down and have a bit of a run. So that's good. Unfortunately, due to circumstances out of my control, I've had to put the RC Speed Car Super Series on hold this season. Hopefully be back bigger and better next year. The issues where I've run out of time. I've been pretty busy. I've had a few things out of quarter scale and personal life been getting me down a bit lately, and I just run out of time, and I couldn't get it. I didn't want to do it half baked. So I thought the best thing was just pull the pin on it this season. It was pretty hard to do because it's a great little series, but we will be back next year, bigger and better. And it's just thanks to everybody who rang me and just asked, mate, when I put the announcement, I made sure I was all right and everything. So it was great to see the people just ring me up and. But I'm all right. I'm going all right. Not a problem at all. As I said, I went up to Darwin, had a great time for 10 days. My mate, my Greg Cowie come up for 3 days. We had a ball, and he's definitely booked for next year. We've all booked for go up again next year for the Chariots of Thunder. So it was a great meeting. So thanks for everybody for the calls and everything. But unfortunately, the Super Series won't be happening this year. The Carahall Transportation Late Model RC Late Models Summer Thunder Series. This is still happening. The series will be run over 4 rounds over the season, same points format we used from last season. And the dates have been announced. Round 1 will be the 25th of September 2021, 18th of December 2021, 29th of January 2022, and February the 6th, 2022 with the final round. It's going to be a great series. There's a few late models being built from what I've heard over the off season, and a few being rebuilt. So hopefully we'll get a few good numbers there, a few good prizes up for grabs. Carahall will put a fair bit of money into it. Hopefully Baja Spares will put a bit of prizes and stuff up for it. Da Vinci Homes will be there, I guarantee. And just a few more other ones, a few more other sponsors will come on board, no doubt. So I think GV Racing's be on board there. So there's a few guys doing a bit of stuff for that, a bit of publicity and stuff. So hopefully we will have a really good show coming on for the late models. So it's just a short 4-round series, and it should be really good for the thing. I think we're still looking for a canteen manager. If it's Lynn or somebody who's listening, welcome to Showtime. Greg Cowie, Scotty Elder, Lynn, all got you. John Wiggins, Dale Pike, Darren Lockett. All these guys are on Chelsea, Vaseco. All these guys are watching here. I can see their messages here. And so, well, come on, let's have a bit of fun on here. Trent Harding's just come up. So welcome to the live show, Trent, there. So it's good to see. But I think yes, Glenn has just messaged me saying the West Oz Corscale Speedway Club are still looking for a canteen manager. As I said before, canteen is one of the main income of financial income of the club. Without the canteen running on a race night, the club won't make any money, and people will go hungry. So, if anybody knows of anybody who can just get into the canteen side of the to the club, just give Lynn Elder or Scotty Elder or Glenn Richards. Just give them a call or send them a message or email them at the email addresses on their West Oz Corscale Speedway website and their Facebook page. Just say you're interested in running the canteen, managing it. I think it does a fair bit of work. You got to get the foods on the Saturday morning, prepare the canteen, prepare all the food for the canteen for sales that night. It's only probably only going to be open from probably 3 or 4 hours a night, from 5 till 8 or 5 till 9, or 4 till 9 or whatever whatever the hours are, but 4 or 5 hours a night. And without the volunteers and the canteen running, the club could be pretty dire for the club. As I said, it's one of our main incomes for the club. So and it's pretty well respected, our canteen. It's everyone you speak to who's been down the West Oz Corscale Speedway, they always mention the canteen is something that other clubs and stuff should come down and have a look at, because it's the way it's run. The food is sensational, very cheap. It's great for you can probably feed a full family for $20, and it's just one of those things which it has to be done. So if anybody's out there and want to get into the Corscale Speedway, or anybody has partners who can come down while your husband or your boyfriend's racing or your girlfriend's racing, whatever, come down and run the canteen. It'll be great for the club, and just get an insight in what happens with the club. Even if they wish to volunteer, they just work on race night. That'll be good as well. 4 to 8. 4 to 8. That's how hours of canteen will be running. So it's only a quick 4-hour shift. Hamburgers, hot dogs, chips. Got a full kitchen canteen, and it's got sit-down tables in it and everything. I'll get some photos of it next meeting, or next time I come live, and we will try that. So, so that's that's what's happening within the club. The club's looking pretty good. I think the numbers, the membership's up to probably 50 or 60 right now, I think, which is great to see. The track, the facility is looking great, and it's just a pleasure to be in such a small little club, and the great things they're doing is just wonderful. So everybody loves coming down and having a bit of fun and racing their cars. That's what it's all about, the fun of it. So it's what it's all about, and it should be a good season coming up. Hopefully the weather holds off, and we get some nice balmy nights where it's not too hot, not too cold, and get a bit of racing on, and put it on for the spectators who come and sit on the mound and have a great time. It's free entry to come down. Just Google it on Google. It's just next to the go-kart track. Next to the go-kart track in Coburn there. Just go off Gemma Road, down the dirt track just before the go-kart track gate, and just follow that. There's an airfield down there which has radio-controlled planes there during the day, and our speedway there on the left-hand side, fully lit, fully catered for, and just free entry, and just come on down and walk through the pits and have a look and ask a lot of questions to the racers who are down there doing a fair bit. And everyone's happy to help, or give you advice, or just if you're interested in getting into the club. And welcome, Jared. Welcome, Jared, one of our newer members to the club. Jared Marshall's done a fair bit down the track and the busy bees, I see. And he's one of a hard racer in late models. But just come on down and have a great time. So I'm going to run a bit of a competition tonight. It's going to be. I don't know if you watch Wiggy's. He has his little competitions on Facebook with pictures and put your pictures up and he'll pick a winner type thing. I'm using the same story. I'm using the same. I rang him last night. And said I've stolen your idea. So that's what's happened. So I'm going to stole his idea. So thanks to Wiggy from Baja Spares for sending over a few prizes for this competition. The competition is post a photo of your car in this post in the comment section of this post within the next 6 days until Sunday, Sunday the 12th of September at 6 p.m. You post up a photo of your car, or if it's in building, if it's in the in the middle of getting built, or it's a complete car, and it's in there. We can just post them up. Then at the end of the week on 6 o'clock on Saturday, I will enter all the names that have put all the names of people who have put cars up, and I'll enter them into, if I can find it. I'll enter the names of people into. Oh, you can't see it. Into a wheel spinner, and I will spin the wheel, and whoever's name comes up gets a chance. Hey, my screen's gone all wobbly. I'll move something. Look at that. My oops, I just have to make an adjustment here. There we go. Back to normal again. Yep, that's it. So put a photo up. I'll put your name into this wheel spinner, and on next Monday night at 7 o'clock or around 7-ish, 7:30, whatever, on the live show, I will spin the wheel, and whoever gets the prize, whoever gets name comes up wins the prize. But the thing is, that's the first. There'll be a prize. It's a JX throttle servo, kindly donated by Wiggy, a spark plug, and a bottle of super glue. One of the best glues around. Just ask Greg Cowie. He will give you a really positive, answer on how good that glue is, because he uses it for absolutely everything, and I can guarantee that he uses it for everything. So, just a quick drink. So that's going to be the competition. Put your photos up of your cars on this post, and I'll go through them during the week, or next Sunday. I'll pick them all out, enter names into the spinner wheel, and that's so do I. And the thing is, the trick is with this competition, you must be watching the show next Monday night. You must be on the show, watching the live show. It will be, if your name comes up, you've got to put a comment in, winner. If your name comes up and I don't get a winner within 5 minutes, I will do a redraw and you'll miss out on the prizes. So that's the thing. You got to watch you got to be on live on the show when the prizes is drawn. So that means everyone has to watch again next Monday night at 7 p.m. It will happen between 7 o'clock and 7:30. So you have to watch the whole show. No, Tanya, you can't win now. It's later on in the week. Chicken dinner. Yeah, I had a few of those over the weekend. But winner chicken dinners. As everyone watches on my Facebook, you'll see I come up with a few winner chicken dinners few times when I get the first goal scorer in the AFL. So it's pretty good. So if everyone's got any questions they want to ask me while we're live here of what's happening or in the season, $70 worth of value for that one prize, as Wiggy's just put up. Welcome to Tanya. Welcome to Wiggy. Tanya is Wiggy's lovely wife, and she does a great job of helping Wiggy get all these good go-to-bed wifey. Don't be like that. She's probably cooked you a bloody roast dinner tonight and apple crumble or something, and you're telling her to go to bed. Unbelievable. Yeah, so that's Paul Dyer. G'day, Paul. How you going? I don't quite know where you're from, but it's good to see that you've come on the live show tonight. Got 22 viewers, which is a pretty good live show tonight. So it's pretty well. So just remember, the first meeting of the year is coming up. It's September the 18th. And the West Oz Quarter Scale Speedway's opener. It'll be the fully promoted, that's the name of the company. I think they do all our trophies and all embroidery and stuff like that. The fully promoted 2021 AMCA Gold Cup. So get your Gold Cup, get your AMCAs out. Hopefully I've just got mine, just finished building it last night. It's all ready to rock and roll. So we're going to run an AMCA the first meeting and probably a late model. So get your AMCAs out. That's the first meeting of the year. It should be a great little meeting. AMCAs always put on a good show. We'll probably get it, I don't know, 7 or 8 of them, hopefully for the first meeting. Just remember, if you want to have a bit of practice this weekend, head on down to the Busy Bee earlier in the day, do a bit of work around the track. Then we'll probably have a bit of a practice session afterwards so you can iron out the bugs in your cars. And before the first meeting, nothing worse than Cowie's doing a lease deal. How you going, Jeff? Good to see you on board tonight. It's great to see. Paul Dyer, member for a Hallam member. Talking about Hallam, I heard the Hallam track in Victoria's. It's come to a little bit of a standstill right now with the lockdown, but don't stress because that's only. But I heard it's getting very, very close to having a meeting or having a few practice runs or whatever. And the way the cars are going out the door at Baja Spares there, I've got no doubt to say that they've got a hell of a good car count. Should be for the first few meetings when they get up and running. The track, Wiggy's going to get me a few photos of the new track when he can go down there and take some photos of it. And it's great to see a new track coming up in there. And QVS, there's also another track which is just down the road from Wiggy's place. You got a couple of tracks. You got South Australian, Penford, South Australia track. Got a couple of tracks in New South Wales. A couple of tracks up in Queensland. So things are looking pretty good for quarter scale racing around Australia. And as I said, we're getting a few guys from America happy watching these shows and having a talk to those guys. And I'm just get a few ideas from how they run their shows and what they do, which is it's good to see these guys come on and have a bit of a yarn. Good to get ideas from other tracks and other countries to how they run shows, and because they normally run big shows, they get over one of their meetings. They get over 100 cars there, so they do magnificent stuff. It's what we're trying to do in Australia, just promote the sport as a sport, and everybody's doing a great job at that. And we can only hope that the COVID stuff gets a bit better off, and hopefully we can get a bit more action out of New South Wales and places like that. But I still think that they'll be in lockdown for a fair few months yet because of what's happening there with their counts and everything like that. So hopefully, in Victoria, I don't know if Victoria's still in lockdown or not, but it's starting to annoy a few people. I know that. But unfortunately, that's the world we live in right now. So it's just one of those things. But so all in all, there's not much more to say on tonight. Just remember to get the Oh, they're still in lockdown. Yeah, okay, we're still in lockdown. They're all in lockdown over there. Okay, that's no good at all. Everyone's buying these cars and they can't even get them onto the track. It's pretty disappointing. John Wiggins is Wiggy there has been doing getting a fair few cars ready. I don't think he can keep up with supply. Actually, he's told me yesterday he's still waiting for more cars to get here. And with freight and everything, I've got the same issues at work with freight and stuff like that. It's just hard to work with freight to get stuff out. So it's just the way it is. But hopefully we can get through it through the season and get through without no hold-ups and stuff like that. Just can't travel. That's one of the problems. But yeah, so just saying it's great to have the opening meeting in a couple of weeks. Everyone's been hanging out for it. And don't forget to get your photos of your cars. Make sure they got the Baja sticker on them, as Baja does sponsor this show, and he sponsors the prizes that we give away. So make sure you got a Baja sticker on your car. If you're just doing it, if it's half built, just stick a sticker on there to acknowledge Baja Spares, the leading quarter scale, fifth scale spare parts shop in Australia. As I said, he ships out daily through Australia Post, Express Post for everything. And he does a great job of getting parts around Australia to people who need them. And it's, as I said, he's available mostly 24/7, but he probably be a bit pissed if you ring him up at 3:00 in the morning with a problem. Not that I do, of course I'm not. He does to me sometimes, which is pretty good. I don't care, so that's all right. But no, everything seems to be travelling along pretty well. I think Jeff Headington there, he's got a few new cars on the go for new members. I think Dale Clark's actually got a new late model. He showed me a photo of a new late model he's building up last night. So he's looking at running new car. Dale Pikes. Anyone who's interested in getting into sprint car racing, quarter scale sprint car racing, I see Dale Pike on his Facebook page as Storm Race Cars, and Dale Pike, his Facebook page, he's got a fully completed sprint car there for sale, and he's looking at selling that. So if you're looking at getting into the sport, and just give Dale a holler on the message him, or give him on his Facebook and just ask him a few questions about the car he's got for sale, which is pretty good. So be a great car if you want to get hold of one. So awesome looking new car. Is that you, Tim? You got a new car? Oh, Tim Mench's got an awesome looking new car. Or Dale Pike's being one. Tim's one of our newer members. He come into the meeting last week. He hey Greg, you got any tidbits for this weekend? You got any tidbits for this week, or you gonna save until next week? Yeah, Tim's one of our newer members in the AMCAs. He's he had a race win or a club win. Oh no, Dale's car. Dale's okay, but no, Tim's one of our newer members in AMCAs. He had a bit of a hard start to the season. He destroyed a car before he got to race it, and then he's built it up again, and he's been running pretty well. He's won he won a meeting, he won a few heats, so he's pretty ecstatic about that. And here we won the beat this year. He seems to car goes pretty quick. He's probably been doing a few laps. Just remember, guys, the kill switches are mandatory in WA now, so you must have your kill switches on your cars. There's heaps of them available. The Heltronics one's there through John Wiggins. I think he also sells the Killer B ones as well. But I've just installed 4 of the Heltronics ones on my 4 cars, and they were a piece of cake to connect up to a Futaba. He's still got some in stock. A Futaba radio. All I had to do was ring a couple of guides just to what settings I needed, and it was a piece of cake. As I said, 4 of them, and I'd done it in one thing. Save next week, got lots. Tell the guys about not being able to start a new motor. I had the same issue. Okay. Who can assist in anyone is having problems with kill switches? If you if you're running the kill switch that Scotty brought over, it give Wiggy a ring, or if I don't know what, give John Wiggins a ring. I don't know what radio that Scotty runs. As I said, I'd done the Futaba one yesterday, and I'd done 4 of them. And once I got it set up, once I had the right switches on, it works straight away and just kills them off. So just give John Wiggins a ring, or Greg Cowie a ring. If he probably might know. There's Wiggy's phone number if you want to give him a ring on kill switches. They're very easy. Is that John Wiggy? Is that with you got a pretty good idea with Futaba, Spectrum, and whatever other JR? You know, you can know all of them. Not Scott, just in general, as others are saying they have difficulties. Oh, no worries there, Lynn. Yeah, just ring Wiggy, and he's got a pretty good idea of how to set them up for Spectrums and Futabas and JRs and stuff like that. As I said, he got me out of manure yesterday when I rang him to find out, and they're pretty. Once you get to know how to do them, as I said, I had to ring up somebody because I got a Futaba, one of the new Futaba radios, and that once I got the switches right, you probably go through the instruction book on the radio, but I just thought I'd ring Greg, who had the same radios I've got, and he would. And he just said, go here, click on this switch, go there, click on that switch, and bang, away it went. And I started every car up and hit the kill switch, and every car stopped. So it was great to see. So they are pretty easy to set. It's just a matter of wiring them up right, make sure all the wires are connected, and getting them done to your radio. But yeah, just give John Wiggins a ring anytime. He'll talk to you. It's always the radio settings too, and he'll talk you through if you want to set one up. He won't have any problems. I think he knows both with Killer Bees and Helltronics ones, so he should. But as I said, I run the Helltronics, which is $65 each, and every car of mine is working, so it's a great thing. But yeah, so remember everybody, just make sure tell guys about unable to start new motor. I had a bit of an issue, and Greg Cowie had a bit of an issue last week. Oh, I had an issue on the weekend, and I think we had the same issue. 2 different brands of motors. Had a brand new motor. We had I had trouble starting it, so I rang Wiggy. Said, "What's the issue? What issues have I got here?" He rang me. He said he couldn't believe it because he had exactly the same problem about 5 days ago. He told me it was a brand new motor, brand new carburetor. I primed it, set it up. It wouldn't start. I couldn't believe it. Just wouldn't even fire. I pulled the plug out, had a look at it, dry as a bone. And he said, just leave the plug out, turn the car upside down, or the motor upside down if it's not in the car, whatever, and pull the pull start a few times and make sure no fuel comes out of it. And funnily enough, when I turned them upside down and pulled the pull start, a bit of fuel come out of the plug hole. So I thought, oh, that's interesting. So I pulled a few times, dried it out, put the car back onto its wheels, put the plug back in, new plug back in, and started straight away. So my philosophy with that was that once, because the motor had been sitting for a while, the needle and seat in the carburetor might have stuck when I primed it and filled the motor full of juice, which would have filled the bottom of it and not the top. So that's what was getting no fuel to the top, but it was getting it just guts it up. Once I cleaned it out, once I turned upside down, run it, pulled a few times, put it on straight away, it started. I just spoke to a couple of other guys, and they had the same problem. I don't know if it's something to do with the carburetor or not, just being sitting around for a while, but they were 2 different brands of motors. So there's no use going around bagging, that motor's crap and this motor's good, but they were 2 different brands. So must just be a common, or not a common thing, but a thing that happens if the motor's been sitting around with the carbies and well. But as I said, I rang Wiggy yesterday at 3:00 in the afternoon on Sunday. He talked me through it. 2 minutes later, I was up and running. That's what type of guy he is for helping people out in quarter scale and stuff like that. But yeah, and Greg Cowie had the same problem with his big motor a couple of months ago, and but we've got it all sorted out, and we done that. So that was great to see. So next week on, I might get our new president of the club on, Glenn Richards, on the live show. Might get him on the screen and have a bit of a chat to him, see which way the club's heading for the new season, what we can expect. And I might also have Greg Cowie. Might have Greg Cowie on the show as well, coming up with a couple of his handy hints, and the winner of the competition. So just remember, get all your Facebook, all your photos in on your Wiggles, on your Tanya. You get all your photos in on this on the comments section of this post, and I'll put them all into a thing next week, and somebody's going to walk away with $70 worth of RC gear, just a servo, bit of glue, and a spark plug. So once again, thanks to Wiggy. So is Lynn racing her AMCA at the Gold Cup? Oh, that's a interesting. Welcome there, Tim. Good to see you online tonight. It's great to see. Hopefully you got your cars up and running for the new season, all your new paint jobs or whatever they are, your new wraps and stuff. So it'd be good to see you on the track. Hopefully your health improved a little bit this year, and we'll be able to see a bit more of you down the track and walking around, helping everybody out. So that should be good to see. Trying. Very trying. Okay. So you're trying to get up and running. Okay. Well, I think I've said everything I was going to say for tonight. And what I'll do, I'll just head off and come get to see us all at the track this weekend for a bit of a new Spider-Man car this year. Oh, Spider-Man. I heard he's got a couple of new cars. He's coming out to leap tall buildings. Oh, that's Superman, sorry. Come out to stick on the side for you buildings. Don't want to spoil the fun for you guys. By name, by nature. Fair enough. No, you wouldn't spoil the fun, Lynn. You're doing a great job. Doing a great job with the club. And I also think the club is looking for a secretary. I think I heard something say, or I read something about Peter Pascoe had to resign due to reasons. And the club, I think, is looking for a new secretary, but it don't confirm me on that, but Lynn, if you ring Lynn, she'll let you know. So it's one of the hardest jobs to do, or one of the hardest jobs to do with the club, but it has to be done. So yeah. So we'll just keep everything happening. I'll go live next Monday night for the winner of the competition, and hopefully I'll get Glenn Richards on to have a bit of a chat to see what's happening with the club. Maybe sorted. Okay. Thanks, Lynn. Not a problem at all. So maybe sorted with the secretary part of it. So that's good. So I'll hopefully get Glenn Richards. Might get Greg Cowie on to do a bit of tech talk. And with this new system, I can get people on and have their face on the camera and all that type of stuff. So it's great to see. So I'll just leave everyone to it. All aboard, Chief. Wednesday, good showtime. Or Wednesday night, could be a good night. All aboard. That's it. Hopefully we should be right. Going to the Geelong-Melbourne game on Friday night. That should be a great weekend for next Friday. Then down the quarter scale, West Oz quarter scale speedway down Gemma Road, Henderson. Next Saturday, do a bit of a busy bee. Might take a couple of cars down to give them a bit of a test run. And other than that, we will all get it. We'll all get it. Everyone happening. So, okay, guys, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. And we'll get your entries in for the competition. And I'll catch you down the track next Saturday, or I'll catch you live on air next Monday night. Just remember, you got to be live. You got to be on live next Monday, or you got to be tuned in next Monday night to win the prize. If your name gets drawn, you're not here, you don't get the prize. $70 worth of Go the Cats. See you, Tanya. Have a good one. See us all, and I'll leave you with a few ads for the sponsors, just to. For these guys who make the club go round, this live show go round. So farewell to everybody. Just remember, keep safe. Just remember, if you're feeling down a bit, just call a mate, say how you going, all that type of stuff. and just it's all about friendships and stuff like that. These clubs, and it's great to see. I know things are tough out there with a lot of people, but just remember, there's a lot of mates around. I got a lot of cool mates in this club, and people are always checking on me, and I check on a lot of people. So thanks for coming on tonight, and I'll catch us all later. See you. Bye.